covered in smoke and flames. The Amazon has experienced more than 74,000 fires since January of this year, an increase of 84% from the same time last year. Fires burning across several states are large enough that they can be seen from space, like in this new image that was released by NASA. And this crisis is also a startling reminder of the often fraught relationship between politics and science across the world. While researchers link the surge in wildfires to an increase in deforestation, Brazil's president, a known climate change skeptic who ran on a campaign that included calling for developing more of the Amazon rainforest, has attempted to turn the blame on environmental groups. Without offering any evidence, the president says the non-governmental organizations could be setting the fires in an attempt to turn people against him and the government of Brazil. Reuters is now reporting, though, that the Brazilian president, Bolsonaro, says Brazil lacks resources now to fight these Amazon fires. So joining me now from Sao Paulo, Brazil, is a correspondent for the Washington Post, Marina Lopez. She's been covering the environment and deforestation in Brazil for years. She joins by Skype. I really appreciate this, Marina. Explain the situation here for folks in this country who don't follow fire season in Brazil in general. How common and uncommon is it, and why is it so alarming this year?
So we are seeing a record number of fires this year, and it is dry season here. That could be partially to blame. But researchers say that a lot of these fires were actually started by cattle ranchers who are using them to clear pasture. And this is important because we've seen a spike in deforestation in Brazil since the election of Bolsonaro earlier this year. And he ran on this platform of opening up the Amazon for development and cutting environmental red tape. So loggers and ranchers in the Amazon really took that as a green light to start cutting down trees. And it's definitely a critical time for the rainforest right now.
Marina, can you make a cogent economic argument that deforestation is the economic plan Brazil needs? I mean, it seems like an odd. Weren't there 6 or 7 other agenda items first as potential ways to help the Brazilian economy?
Well, we have to remember, we're talking about a country that's entering its 4th year of an economic slump. So while a lot of Brazilians agree that the government needs to do more to clamp down on deforestation, they see hope in this agenda that the Amazon is for Brazilians. Bolsonaro has really tried to push this, saying that the United States and China have used their natural resources for economic gain, and it's time that Brazil does the same. That idea is really appealing for people that have been struggling for years now and don't really see a light at the end of the tunnel.
Is there how would you characterize the opposing viewpoint on this plan in Brazil? Is there opposition growing to this, or does Bolsonaro basically have a green light?
No, there's definitely opposition. NGOs here were outraged by his statements that they were to blame for these fires. They're fighting back. A lot of the international community has also been steadily increasing economic pressure. And so some farmers here in Brazil are worried that this could mean boycott of their goods. And they're trying to work with the government to see if they can open the administration's eyes to start taking this problem more seriously.
Brazil is now saying they can't handle these fires themselves. What evidence do you see of other countries chipping in? Or do they want to? Is the United States coming? Is other countries coming? What kind of help is Brazil truly asking for?
So we saw just tonight the French president calling for an emergency meeting of the G7 at the summit this week. Germany, 2 newspapers in Germany mentioned the possibility of imposing sanctions on Brazil. Norway and Germany have cut millions of dollars in aid to Brazil this week because they don't believe that Bolsonaro is really committed to ending deforestation. And there could also be an impact on a free trade agreement.
All right, Marina, we almost made it the entire interview there. We only had about another 20 seconds, but I do want to reiterate something that I hope viewers caught you saying, Marina, and that is an emergency meeting at the G7. This is going to be on the agenda of the G7. It'll be very interesting to see, will President Trump be alone in defending Brazil at the G7 when this issue comes up? Anyway. Hello, YouTubers. If you're watching this, it means you've checked out our channel, so thank you. Now do me a favor, subscribe by clicking on that button down there. Click on any of the videos to watch the latest interviews and highlights from MTP Daily and MSNBC. You can get more Meet the Press content every morning in the First Read newsletter. If you're tired of content that you don't know anything about where it came from, you don't have to have that problem with us. NBC News, MSNBC, MTP, and the Meet the Press mindset right here for you on YouTube. Subscribe now.